Okay, so we are going to start today working on vivid verb. Can someone tell me what is a verb using your hand sign? Thank you, Andrea. What is a verb?
A verb is a word that explains an action.
Yes, a verb is a word that explains an action. But what is a vivid verb? Benaya?
It's like it's like a verb that is less boring, more descriptive.
More descriptive, thank you very much. So, Elijah, can you tell me what Benaya said about vivid verb?
Vivid words are more descriptive.
Right. So, let's say my verb is devour. Is devour a vivid verb or a boring verb? Jonathan?
Devour is a vivid verb
Because
it's describing an action or something. Like it's more descriptive and more action.
yeah, than comparing to what word?
Like eating is not a vivid verb because it's just eating. You're
Yeah.
devouring something is shoving it up your mouth.
Yeah, you're eating it really, really fast, right? If you're just saying eating, I don't know, like, how you're eating it. Are you, like,
Munching.
nibbling on it? Or are you just like, or are you eating soup like, I don't know how you're eating, so you gotta tell me how you're eating, right?
I'm eating super fast.
So, let's try another one. If my word is decomposing. Decomposing is a big word. Is decomposing a boring verb or a vivid verb?
A very
Thank you for using a hand sign, Eric.
It's a vivid verb.
Okay. It's a vivid verb. And why is it a vivid verb?
It's a vivid verb because it's describing something in a fancier way.
In a fancier way. That's a good way to put it. It's a more descriptive way to say that you are what? What's like a boring verb for decomposing? Think about math. Remember when you were in first or second grade and you learned how to decompose? Meaning, for example, if my number was 10 and I need to decompose 10, what am I doing? You're Elijah said what? Okay. What did Eric just say? Or Eddie just said? When you are decomposing, you are doing what to the number? You're taking it apart, so you are breaking it down. Breaking it down. Okay, so instead of saying break, you could say decompose, right? Decompose is a more vivid way to give that word a more descriptive meaning in your personal dynamic. Let's try another word. Yuli, can you give me a word that is a boring verb? You think it's not Yuli's? Hold on.
Yell.
Yell. Now, let's take about 30 seconds. No, actually 15 seconds. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. Think about the best word that would be vivid for yell. And I want to hear from all the tables, okay? So 15 seconds. Okay, coming back together. Cesar's table, can I get you to give me the vivid verb that is yell?
Shout.
Shout. Jonathan, do you have another one?
Scream!
Scream. Louise' table, do you have another one?
Shout.
Shout, so shout. Shout. Scream.
Babble.
Huh. So Eric brought up an interesting point. Why is babble not a vivid verb for yell?
Because it's
Oh, I'm gonna wait and listen to Eric because I want him to explain it. It's a totally different word. It's a totally different meaning. Babbling is talking. Yelling is raising your voice and projecting your voice. Okay. So I think scream and shout are very good example. Both could work. Both could work. And why could it work? Cesar?
I'm not sure if yell and scream are the same.
You're not sure if yell and scream are the
Because
same?
yell is like raising your voice and speaking really loud, and screaming is like screaming, not yelling.
Oh yeah. That you brought up a very good point. So this table, what did Cesar just say? And screaming is just yeah. So if we refer to our voice chart, I think yelling would be level 5, right? Yelling, you're outside, you're yelling. If you're screaming, it might go up. That's probably level 10. It goes way above. So what would be the best vivid verb for yell between scream and shout?
Shout.
Shout, correct. So when you are looking for vivid verb, or when you're trying to change your boring verb in your personal narrative into a vivid verb, you need to make sure that the verb that you are changing makes sense. And it's the same meaning as the word. All right. So, can I get class to give me a fifth or 5? 0 being I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable finding vivid verb. 5 being I feel really, really good about finding vivid verb and being able to make sense of it. So I see some 4s. I see 5, 5, 4. 5, 5. Waiting on one more friend to show me their understanding. Great, so we are all in 4, 5. So my goal is to get those 4 up to a 5. Okay? So in order to do that, let's do this paragraph. And you're gonna work together with your group. I have given you markers. As I am reading this little vignette, I want you to write down the vivid verbs, okay? Just the vivid verbs. You'll share. You share markers, okay? So write down vivid verbs. Also, let's add that. I'm gonna wait until you are gonna write down the vivid verb, and then I want you to write down the boring verb for the other color. So you should have at least 2 different colors. And I want you to write down one side, the boring verb, the other side, vivid verb. Yes. Luz, can you tell me again what you're supposed to be doing?
We're supposed to write in the table, and one side vivid verbs, and the other side not vivid verbs, and we're gonna write and we're writing the classes in different colors.
Okay. So am I going to write vivid verb in red and purple?
No.
No. What am I doing, Jonathan?
Like, for one side it's gonna be one type of color, and the other side is gonna be like a different type of color. And every single word is gonna be the same color as the loose one.
Thank you for clarifying that. And when you say side, what do you mean? Which side is which?
The not vivid verbs, basically the verbs are gonna be like one type of color, not a whole bunch of like rainbow colors.
Awesome.
And then the other one is a vivid verbs, which are gonna be like one type of color.
Well, when you said not vivid verb, what did you mean?
Verbs,
What's the other word for not vivid?
boring verbs.
Boring verb. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to read this out loud. Follow along with me. And then I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to work together in a group. Okay? This vignette is called Back Home. Let's not get up unless you ask. Okay, so this vignette is called Back Home. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Standing on my granny's porch where I lived for 5 years, I hear cars passing and speeding across MacArthur Boulevard, like a cheetah chasing its food. Okay, I'm gonna pause. That first sentence, let's see if you can find any vivid or boring verbs. Moving on. There is silvery green everywhere, through trees, plants, palms, and pines that are full of life, just like the little kids racing and shouting down the street. Pause. Take a minute. Take a few seconds. Write down the word. Awesome. I'm seeing that this table is using pink to write down the vivid verb, and using blue to write down the boring verb. Okay, moving on. I look up and I see milky white and fluffy clouds and baby blue sky. Squinting my eyes all the way until they hit the horizon. I see the McAfee Coliseum, where firecrackers are fired away up high in the sky on every 4th of July. Pause right there. So you are writing down either boring or vivid verbs. Moving on. I can also smell yummy and decadent smells rushing out the kitchen door and caressing my face. Opening my mouth to yawn, the tasteless wind rushes in my mouth and gets lost inside of me. Okay, so that is your passage. Now I want you to take about 5 minutes to put together your list of boring verb in one color and your vivid verb in another color. Alright, so I see that for regular bird. This is to be a different color, right? Are these markers not working? Okay, that's fine. No erase with the. You're doing a great job. Bluey's table is finding a lot of boring verbs, and they're putting their boring verbs in blue, and then they're putting their vivid verbs in purple. Don't worry about that marker erasing, it's just hard. Actually, that's what I want. Eric, can you switch these? We said there. That's still be a bonus. How are you doing? Can you tell me some vivid verbs that you find? That you can find? Here, well, you have a board back here. Well, you have a board back here. Here's a marker. Why don't you write down some vivid verbs for me, okay? I'm seeing that some tables doing this thing where they're turning the boring verbs into a vivid verb. If you would like to do that, that's awesome. Let's do that. Because that was going to be the next step anyways. Don't worry about the markers. About 2 more minutes. You're doing a great job. Great job following directions. 2 points. This table ensures you have So smell, what can you turn smell into? That's pretty important. Sniff. Instead of me, I know that you're like, instead of just, like I can smell, if I'm just standing here, I can smell stuff, you know. That's not very vivid. No, the vivid just stay. If you think that's a vivid word, just keep it. That's that. Don't worry about the markers. I know these are new. No erase. So I'm seeing racing in the boring list and racing in the vivid list. Which one is it? in 30 seconds. In 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5. Markers down in 4. 2. Mouths closed in 1. Eyes on me. 0. Okay. Diego's table. Can you tell me 2 boring verbs that you found? What was that? Hit. Hit. And what's another one? Standing. And then what is a dative verb that you found? So you turn hit into punch? Yeah. Okay. Did you find any dative verb on the passage that you didn't change? You didn't find any dative verb that you found? Let's see. Chasing? Yeah. Chasing is a dative verb. All right. Eric table, can you tell me a dative verb that you found from the passage?
Sniffing?
Sniffing, is that from the passage or did you make that up?
No, it's from the passage. No, they say smell.
Okay, so smell is a boring verb.
Yeah.
That's from the passage. And you turn smell into
Sniffing.
sniff. If it doesn't have ing at the end, you don't add ing. Okay? Okay, so you turn smell into sniff. Very good. Louis' table, did you find any vivid verbs from the passage? What is it?
Shouting.
Shouting, and that's from the passage? Shouting, yes. What do you think is a boring verb for shouting? Yelling, yeah, because we talked about that. Did you find a boring verb that you turn into a vivid verb? What is it? Look. And you turn look, which is a boring verb, into what?
Staring.
Staring. Awesome. Danaya's table, can you give me one vivid verb that you found from the passage? Rushing, and that's from the passage? Can you point out where in the passage it is? And read that sentence for me? Okay. Opening my mouth to yawn, the tasteless wind rushes up my mouth and gets lost inside of me. Yeah, so rushes. What would be a boring verb for rushes? But in this context, it's like saying that the wind is rushing up the mountain. What's a boring verb? Huh? Going. Yeah, going is pretty boring. This table, give me a vivid verb that you found from that passage. Squinting. What's squinting? And what do you think is a boring verb for squinting? Close. Like if you're just, well, not quite, because squinting, your eyes are still kind of open. Closing is just shut. So,
It's like this. Twitching?
how?
Twitching?
Twitching? That's a different action.
That's like speeding on.
I would say, if you're squinting, when you're squinting, what are you trying to do?
Blink. Blink.
Huh?
Blink.
No, but if you can't see something, you're squinting, what are you trying to do?
Looking at something.
Look.
Where are you looking at?
So just look.
You already have looked.
I know. But look could be turned into a vivid verb, that's staring in that context, or look could be turned into squinting in another context. Okay. So all the tables have gone, right? Cesar, did you get to find any vivid verb?
I only found speeding and shouting.
And sounding?
And shouting.
Shouting. Speeding and shouting. Speeding is one. What is a boring verb? What do you think is a boring verb for speeding?
Quickly.
Huh?
Quickly.
Think of a car. What is a car doing? Driving, yeah. So if you're saying driving, I'm like, how fast are you driving? But if you're saying speeding, I know you're going pretty fast, right?
They're going as fast as possible.
Awesome. So that ends our teaching model. Now, give me. I want to make sure that the people with the board gets it. Okay. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you understood just what vivid verb is. So this table's thumbs up. You understand what vivid verb is. I'm seeing that one person is like not getting it. Can I have Jose to explain to the whole class what is a vivid verb?
A vivid verb is more this.
So what's a verb? First, what is a verb?
A boring, like an action.
It's an action. And then a vivid verb is an action that is
More descriptive.
more descriptive. So Paulina, can you repeat what vivid verb is? It describes the verb better. I want you to push a little more. Let's explain it in the way that Jose explained it. Okay? What is a verb? Yeah, and then a vivid verb is an action that is yeah, that is descriptive. Awesome. Okay, now give me a quiz on 5 on how do you feel about identifying a vivid verb or creating a vivid verb in your own writing? 5. I see a 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm not sure your hand in your face. Show me. 5. Okay. 5. 5. I'm still waiting for everyone in class to show me that they understand or not understand. Okay, so you feel good about identifying vivid verbs and creating them.
Yeah.
All right, let's put that into practice. Okay. So, let's take a little break. Let's stand up and stretch before we go into our writing workshop. All right? Yes, let's erase it. There is spray right here. All sprayed. You can have the rag.
Yeah, no, you.
Get a grab a rag. Here's a rag. You need to use a rag. Get a rag, please.